Everyone, now I have a quick challenge for you. Now, restate again, don't think about an action or something you have to think of, but then you put it off tomorrow. Well, probably on a scale of second, millisecond, or even microsecond, you thought about it, didn't you? It could probably be an essay that you need to complete, go into the gym, or finish homework, or ultimately chasing a dream that you have always dreamed of. And at that time, what did your brain whisper to you that make you to postpone that work or postpone that activity? Is it, I'll do it tomorrow? Right? So the sentence is probably the most expensive sentence in the world. Not because it costs a lot of money, but because it quietly steals of us a lot of time. So today, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hải Dương, and today I'm here to present with you some of my opinion as well as the discussion about the topic that how can we overcome procrastination in our daily life. Not how, but to understand that what procrastination really is and how we can overcome it. Alright, so firstly, let me tell you a story. There was a young artist named Emma. Ever since she was a child, Emma's dreamed of opening an online art shop. She bought a lot of expensive art tablets, watched a lot of YouTube tutorials, and spent hours to fill her notebook with some kind of business plans. Well, actually, it's brilliant. But whenever she was about to start and about to do those and make those plans into actions, she postponed it because there was a voice inside her saying that, what if it's not successful? What if it's turned out that I was not talented at all? Or maybe tomorrow I'll do it better. And because of those, she never makes it come true. She just imagine about her success, but never got into action to make those success become the truth or the imagination that you have always think of. Okay, but one day she just go through the work in her art room, and she saw something that completely is a turning point in her entire art life. She saw a drawing, an own sketch she had drawn 5 years earlier, and then she realized something heartbreaking. She had wasted a lot of time just to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect time to start, and it's hold long until since it was a job, and until now she hasn't done anything yet, and she haven't made any kind of progress to make progress in her artwork is because she never starts. And then that evening she decided to upload one drawing, just one. And you know what, through that just tiny actions, it attracted hundreds of customers. Not because that, Emma isn't felt at first because she was lack talent. She felt at first because she was fear of fail or fear of failure. And at the time that she wasted her time to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect time, or wait for her readiness, time just flows, and the procrastination that she have made all day long at that moment is just a waste of time. And once she realizes, she changed it, and it's lead to a positive results. So through this, I want to give you about the point number one that I will mention in my speech today is that procrastination isn't laziness, it's actually fear. Because the fact that many people now still believe that procrastination happens when we're so lazy to do something. But in reality, researchers found that procrastination is somehow the mother an emotional problems rather than a time management problem. We fear the sense of value. We fear that we might not do it well, or sometimes we also fear that we will get succeeding because success will bring more responsibility. And when we fears for those kind of things, other people have made progress in their life. Yeah, and to just get rid of it, we could lead to point number two that I will say later in my speech. So now, to throw more and to dive into the problem of procrastination here, let's test an example of a student preparing for his or her important exam. Alright, so it's he or her postponed and do not want to open the textbook because they fear that when they open in the textbook, the pages, they would face the possibility that they may not do well, they may not prepare well for the exam, and ultimately lead into bad results that they perform in the test. And when they fear about that, they do not want to open the books and learning. They do not avoid studying because they hate learning. They avoid it because they fear a lot of things. And procrastination do brings us some kind of temporary comfort that will help us to feel good at a short period, a short time, but it will bring bigger stress later. It's just instead of facing the fear, we would have the tendency to do something else. For example, to scrolling through the social media, or clean our rooms, or convinces us that maybe tomorrow would be better for us, would be a better time for our readiness, would be better for us to do it. But tomorrow becomes next week becomes next month, and next month becomes next year. It's never come out. So instead of saying tomorrow I will do it, just say today I will start small. So it will lead to point number two that I will mention right now is that maybe tiny action could be better and more efficient than just big plans but never done. Alright, so it's tiny. You might think that when we need to start something, we need to do something big, and we always wait for the motivation to come for us to do the action. But the motivation that we always think of is unpredictable, and we cannot guess whenever it will come to us. This could be in a short period of time, or it could be long, a whole lifetime. So instead of saying, as I say, for example, instead of saying tomorrow I will study for 5 hours and then I will make this every day. Now saying that today I will start learning for 5 minutes and I will increase the time that I learn every day. That would be more efficient because we start today, and momentum can bring us forward into better success. Just as in the books Atomic Habits have said that big success didn't begin with big action. It was built from tiny action sits together, and it would turn out to be good. If you want to read a book, now turn in a page and read 1 page today. If you want to exercise, now put on your running shoes and just try some, for example, 1 mile. Okay, so through this, you may think that it is insignificant, but in fact, it's playing a lot of change in the result after all. And this is the end of my speech today. I hope that you will like it a lot, and it's really my pleasure for you to watch it today. But it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, see you in my next video. Bye!